Welcome in again, wrestling fans. You know what it is. This is a shoot. Today, Disco Inferno is making headlines yet again. And it's been kind of a mixed reaction to what he had to say this time around. Now, before we get into this, as always, if you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on one of these up-to-date videos. And don't be afraid to leave a comment down below what you think about the topic in today's video. In Disco Inferno, he's bashing Hook from AEW, which is Taz's son, for his no-sell against Baron Bronson back on the 22nd of December edition, the Holiday Bash edition of Rampage. Many of you know Hook is Taz's son, like I've already stated. And this is only his second match with Baron Bronson that he's had in AEW. The first match being Fuego del Sol. And for this being his second match, the kid is over. And I mean majorly over. You listen to the pop he gets. I'm watching NWA USA, not Power, NWA USA on YouTube on Saturday, and the whole comment section was filled with just send Hook, send Hook, send Hook, which is Hook's line. Now, Disco Inferno, if you want to hear him, he talks on Keeping It 100 podcast with Conan. Now, what he's upset about is not just Hook's no-sell, but Hook no-sold a Rikishi driver, which is a modern-day DDT, not DDT, but pile driver, you might as well say. Obviously called a Rikishi driver for a reason, right? So, and I quote on this, bro, he's 180 pounds. He should be fighting like Ricky Morton, fighting from underneath. Whoever laid out that match that was like a guy 100 pounds heavier than Hook, at no point in that match they laid that out with the psychology of big guy versus small guy fight. This is where I agree with Disco Inferno because, yes, Baron Bronson was a much larger man than Hook. So there should have been a big guy versus small guy feel to an extent. And you keep in mind that, one, Baron Bronson had the experience over Hook. Two, Baron Bronson should be hitting Hook more powerfully than Fuego del Sol. Now, Hook not selling Fuego del Sol moves makes sense to me because they are about the same size. So, if you want to come off with this tough guy persona with Hook, this I don't give a crap attitude with Hook, it's working over the fans, for one. I want to get that out the way. Yes, it is working. But eventually that no-sell is going to bite him in the rear end. Now, some of it may be because he's green. The other end of it is because I think he's trying to be like his dad, and his father wasn't the best seller when he first began either. Okay, keep that in mind. But also, it was more understandable because Taz came up from a very rough childhood. He came up from a very rough neighborhood in his lifetime. Something tells me Hook didn't have such a hard life with his father being Taz. I'm just throwing that out there. So the fact that Disco Inferno is saying, hey, he's not mad he didn't no-sell it as much as he is, well, he is mad he didn't no-sell it. But this is a big guy versus a small guy, and it's a Rikishi driver. And you're just going to pop right up like nothing happened. Now, look, I know AEW doesn't sell a lot of things because look at the table bumps. They'll put a guy through a table and they'll be back up in no time. There is, and like I said, I understand that it's over with the fans. The fans love Hook. But what drives me up the wall, okay, Fuego del Sol, like I said, I get it. If Hook's going against a guy about his weight and you want to do the no-sell stuff or I'm tougher than you stuff, that makes absolutely 100% sense to me. Okay, you can't face him. But someone bigger than you, at least by 100 pounds bigger than you, yeah, it's going to have a bigger effect on you. I don't care about selling punches so much as I say about selling big moves. Okay? All you did was make Baron Bronson look bad in the ring. Pretty much you're telling me that Baron Bronson's offense isn't very strong. It ain't a great offense. Pretty much you're telling me that, well, if I'm going against Baron Bronson, I know that his moveset's not going to affect me very well. when you do things like that. Now, Disco Inferno does go on and continue to say they look like green guys, and I'm quoting once again, they look like green guys from the indie shows, where they hit a move and they just kind of get up, standing and waiting for the next move. It was supposed to be a no-sell spot, but Hook came across a green kid who didn't know what he was doing. I mean, still, his offense looks good. He's a good-looking kid. My opinion differs a little bit from this because I don't think he looked green. I think it was, obviously the way he got up, the way they were selling it, it was meant to be the way it was. Would I like him to stay down a little bit longer? Yes. You see, here's where the problem's going to lie with Hook if they keep going in this direction of no selling. Do you think if he goes, eventually he's going to get in a major storyline with a major star? Do you think that if he gets in a fight with Chris Jericho's going to let him no-sell his moves? What about a Cody Rhodes? What about a Malachi Black? What about take Paul White, for instance. If Paul White's fighting Hook, do you think Paul White is going to like it when he chokeslams Hook and Hook pops right back up, no selling his move at all? I promise you that them guys are not going to appreciate that. The fact of the matter is, he don't have unique powers. He's just a tough kid from the streets is what he's personing himself as. So he's not Malachi Black. See, Malachi Black not selling a move, you can make sense out of that because he has these powers, these magical things about him. Take Bray Wyatt when he was the Fiend. The Fiend could no sell nothing because the Fiend was supposed to be this mythical creature of some sorts that, man, you can't face him. What do you do? Hook is just a kid like I said, his persona reminds me of the kid coming from the streets, and he's tough, and he don't give a crap about nothing or nobody, and you can't faze him. Well, guess what? Rocky was the same way, and Rocky sold, and Rocky got hurt, and Rocky got beaten up and battered. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Yes, I agree that it's working because it is over. But eventually it's going to bite you in the rear end. So you need to figure it out now before it's too late. And eventually, yes, the way they're going, they're pushing him to be the FTW champion, which Ricky Starks holds that title now. But eventually he's going to hold his dad's title belt. Okay? So maybe that's what they're pushing for, because I think Ricky Starks did sell it a little bit that he's not too happy with the way that Hook is getting a little over. Now, he didn't come out and say it. It's just in his look. It's the way he looks at Hook, or looked at Hook during his match. So, that's my take. That's Disco Inferno's take. Like I said, I somewhat agree with him about the no selling on certain moves, but I also understand that it is over with the fans, so you might as well enjoy it while it lasts. As always, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Don't be afraid to tell me what you think about Hook down in the bottom. You guys have a great day.